Hey everybody, today's video, I'm going to be doing 5 tips and tricks for Roblox Arsenal. So let's get right into the first tip. The first tip is going to go ahead and be your sensitivity for Roblox Arsenal. I personally like, and I have an 800 DPI mouse, I'm on 800 DPI, so this is what I use, is 0.159999. You can turn it to 0.16, that's just my preference, is this. So that is the first tip. Now let's go on to the menu and let's go into our second tip. So the second tip that I'm going to go ahead and have is going to be in display, is going to be your FOV and your crosshair. So I do either 98 FOV or 103. If it were me, I would probably do 103 FOV, but that's you. You can choose either one. Now onto your crosshair. There's a lot of different crosshair colors, but me personally, I either like this or this, the normal pink one that you get, or this dark red. I choose either, but if I were you, I'd pick this pink one. So now let's go on to tip number 3. That is going to go ahead. No, those are tip. Yeah, let's go ahead and go on to tip number 4. So tip number 4, guys, is going to go ahead and be actually being able to hit your enemy's head. So where your crosshair should be. You shouldn't have your crosshair down here, because then, let's say you're walking up to somebody, you're going to die. You want to have your crosshair in the middle, so you can hit people when they come up. So, for example, there, I was reloading, but let's see, you don't want to have your crosshair here because you're going to walk up to somebody and you're just going to get shot. You want to have your crosshair kind of in the middle of your screen so you can go ahead and hit them headshots. Like you can see me just destroying these people with this little crosshair placement that I have in the middle of my screen. So you can go do whatever you want with that. I would just recommend this because this is a very big tip. So now let's go on to tip number 5, is while your enemy is moving, you want to go ahead and have your crosshair in front of where they're going to be going. So, for example, that person, I was trying to track him with my crosshair, but what I should have done, let's say this is the person, and I'm moving, and they're moving along like this. Let's say they're walking in this direction, like this. I would want to have my crosshair where they're gonna go to make them lead into my bullet and not me trying to track them and then me hitting a shot and then being able to turn around and hit me. So that is a big tip. That can improve your aim a lot. So let's go just into a game, see if we can get some actual captures of this. So here we're in automatics. This is going to be a big one since automatics have such a big spread. So let me try and get an example. So see that person moving? How I had the crosshair in front of where they're going to be moving in? That is a perfect example right there. You want to have your crosshair or your scope or whatever in front of the person so they lead into your bullet and you not trying to have to struggle to get your shot to line up with them. But over time, as you get your sensitivity nailed down and all these other tips that I'm sharing with you in today's video, you can start to track them around with your crosshair because you're already going to be very well trained on your sensitivity and your crosshair movement. So this is probably a tip that you're going to have to get used to over a big period of time. I would say if you put all these tips to use, and you do actually play the game, say, hour to 2 hours a day, you should be able to get fairly better at the game within 2 weeks. You should be able to be nailing these headshots and body shots like there's nothing to it. So, if you guys enjoyed these tip videos, make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe, and tell me that you liked it so I can do more videos on different games just like this. But this is going to be Plasma out. See you guys in the next one.